You should have seen it right before I hit go. I had my hat on, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn on the camera and like, this is how I look, and I look so funny. Oh my gosh! Welcome to Stretching the Spirit, everyone, and Seminole Mind, Sunrise Exchange Movement in all life. Dang, you get some ideas out here at the sunrise. Oh, there's a spider hanging from its thread. Hello, spider. I saw possibly I got crap on my screen. It looked like a bee and a fly combination. I'm not sure what it was. So more of the silhouette since it's still dawning. It's dawning. I'm not quite sure when the dawn has broke, but I assume dawn breaking is when, you know, the sun rises over the horizon. The horizon. You think of a Vitruvian man. I was talking about Leonardo da Vinci with the client the other day, and about the Renaissance and what we're currently processing as the Aquarian age, and how it's just so obvious with what I'm doing right now. What I hold in my hand. The travels through the air, and it's such a powerfully emotive time right now. Uranus and Taurus. Uranus will be in Taurus for 7 years. I'm not sure if it's begun or if it's happening, but we're definitely at those energies. And Venus energy, and how are you setting your vibrational table? And you know, you see how you set your table with the people you associate with, exchange with on a regular basis, feel an obligation to. And if you say those words, feel an obligation to, then that's right there is hidden. All these things you do because, you know, it's hidden and no one can know what you actually think except maybe a couple of folks that you can complain to. I used to do that all the time. It's really a fashion. You know, you go out, you get drinks, and you can complain about stuff to each other. You go to parties. I mean, it doesn't always start out that way, but you get liquored up enough, and you get enough foam, you know, foaming around the mouth, and it really can turn into a lot of good information coming out, mostly about yourself and how you react to things. And as we get older, you know, this is, I believe, the more years you have under your belt, just the more times you've done it. You know, we can say that age doesn't matter, but it's just literally just time on the clock. Time on the clock. You've just had more experiences. So with that being said, that can also cause quite a stagnation, a backup. You know, the things that are hidden, that just continue, and then that just becomes what life is. When you see it in relationships that are close to you, say your parents or siblings or friends and such, especially your parents, you can really associate into what you observed, what your model was, and what you want to avoid at all costs. Now, often we marry and think, well, man, I chose the person who I'm not going to feel that way with. No way, no how. Yeah, why would I set myself up like that? And then, you know, years go by, and then you start seeing it. You start to see it, and it's beautiful. And you're like, oh my gosh. I've seen this show before, and I'm not going to repeat it. And that's how you heal. Deeply heal, because you're healing what was passed down to you. That wasn't the time for it to look at me twisting my thumb. I'm kind of thinking about, you needed that the inflammation around that part of this experience you're having down here, is to bring it forth to you in your rendering the choices you make. And but prior to that needs to be a feeling of like, gosh, I am deserves more. Like, I am deserves more. I got a little tension right here. I'm just gonna run my little Benjamin over here. If you can adjust your position on, if in this life I follow all the rules, whether it be societies or your particular religion, then I'm good, right? I'm good to go in the after. I've done it all right. But is that really what we're experiencing down here? If you think about it, especially right now, the veil is so thin, and Uranus is like, Uranus is saying, hark, hark. It's a different track opening up for you. You want to take it? And some are ready to take another track. Others just want to do the same loop. Same loop. And you wonder why things are like how they are. Because if you understand the vibration that creates, and it's happening in so many individuals internally, and I understand that on a very personal, zetetic level, which means I was physically present when this event went down. I witnessed it myself. I had an experience where it was me, not something I read in the newspaper, right? And those are the things that you can really hold on to. That's where a word we like to use, qualia, the different layers of an event that really go deep into the curvature of your memory. Remember yourself, to reacquaint yourself with you. This member, this little wiggly tentacle down here that expresses, much like this, my tree Ruth. And let me tell you what, let's get into some stretching. If you're not in your backyard stretching with a tree, man, you're missing out. Because this is alive. This is alive. And to be connected to this tree, to a tree, to introduce yourself, to acquaint yourself. It might feel strange at first. Now my kids see me and they're just like, they don't even bat an eye. Most people will ignore you. Act like they don't see you. And that's cool. That's cool. It's hidden. It's okay if it's like this type of thing. In some type of sanctuary or something. But that could be you. That could be you. You see this beautiful spire on top. Look at this, look. Look at that posture. Look at that presence. You're like, these are just statues. No, that's you. That's your potential. And I guess I wouldn't necessarily call it a cross to bear, but I just see that potential in everyone I meet. Because we all have bodies. We all have bodies. So getting on the ground, as I say all the time, really just laying on the ground. You start your day on the ground with your coffee, just laying on your stomach, looking at your phone, just getting on the ground, kind of like if you were a kid on Saturday morning cartoons. You're on the ground. Back then we had coffee, we had cereal. Now we have coffee. You can have cereal too, but I eat cereal. But so you're just on the ground. You're like, this is so exciting. Every day can start like that. And to feel that kiddo, which people are like, I just want to connect to my inner child and play. I just wish I could be light and play. And I'm like, girl, you play at night. You cash in your chips at night. Glug, glug, glug. I know, because I did. And it's good medicine. Because it makes you miserable. Get a load of that. I mean, it's fine. Go ahead. It doesn't age well. And everybody knows, if you do it on the daily, you think about, maybe I shouldn't do this. However often you really tie one on. But, even just like the weekenders who just really go hard on the weekend. They got it Friday type of thing. That crow's still going. Kids don't do that. Kids don't drink. Might eat a lot of sugar, but they don't drink. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I had my first alcoholic beverage, probably 15 or 16 at a party. I mean, being raised Mormon, it wasn't part of the acceptable, beverages. Much like coffee. So, I just said, well, to heck with that. Don't tell me what to do. So I did what I did. And it's been 4+ years. And, gosh, the morning time, the kid time is so worth it. It makes you more of who you are. You actually get to know you. You actually understand yourself. So your I am is very present. And most can't keep up with you because you just have so much reserved energy. So no wonder people have issues with people who are more of like, hey, I am. And they roll their eyes. And I go, are you? And that really throws them. Because they get this like, am I? Oh my God, what are the implications? And the I am is this beautiful heart energy, and it's how you express. Knowing that you have the observation, an eye, and nose, and all your senses connect to God and Gaia, soil, for where we will return. We've all been grown here, much like this tree. You were a seed. Okay, that's good. Thank you so much for joining me. And Selenite. Namaste.